In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this pretty cool social media lower third inside Adobe After Effects. Let's dive in. So I'm inside Adobe After Effects, and to get started, I'm going to go up to Composition, New Composition. I'm going to name my composition Social Media Lower Third. You can choose your resolution from the preset here. I'm going to choose 4K and 30 frames for the frame rate. And for the duration, I'm going to leave it at 10 seconds. Then I'm going to click OK. I did want to point out before we dive in and start designing here, I did put together a pre-made pack for Premiere Pro that you can download using my link down in the video description. If you're a patron member on my Patreon page, feel free to go grab that asset for this month. And if you're not a patron, consider subscribing to the Patreon page. There's a lot of assets that you can download and utilize that I use on a daily basis as a video editor. A lot of templates and stock assets and graphics packs that are on there. So feel free to go check that out. But let's see how to create this from scratch inside After Effects. So to get started, I'm going to toggle on my title action safe. That'll just give us some guidelines to place our graphics and our text accordingly here so that we have a baseline. The first step is to create our shapes. So I'm going to first hover over our rectangle tool, click and long hold to bring up the options underneath, and then I'm going to go to the ellipse tool and release. This will bring up the ellipse tool option, and then from the top, I'm going to select on fill, make sure that solid color is on, click OK, and I'm going to turn off the stroke. So when you click on it, make sure none is selected, click OK, and now we can click and drag out inside our composition window. Now, when you do this, hold down Shift, and this will make a perfect circle. So when you click and drag, while holding down Shift, you're making a circle. Then you can release your mouse, release the Shift button. And then what we can do is click on our selection tool, and then just rearrange this to the bottom left here. To make viewing a little bit easier, I'm going to toggle off the transparency grid. That way we can see a black background underneath our layer here. So this is what we have so far. We have a simple circle. We can always change the size of it later. So if you need it smaller, we can adjust that later on. But next, what I'm going to do is make our rectangle for our text. So I'm going to, once again, long hold and then select the rectangle tool. And then I'm going to click and drag out a box to make our rectangle. Now this one, you don't have to hold down Shift, because if you hold down Shift, you'll notice that you make a perfect square, where this, we actually want a rectangle here. Then once you release, you can grab your selection tool. You can hold down Shift and select the circle. And what you can do is navigate to your Align panel. Should be at the top right. If you don't see this panel, you can always go up to Window Align. And what we're going to do here is to align vertically here. So if we click on this button, this will align both the circle and the rectangle vertically to each other. That way the rectangle's in dead center to the circle. All right, so next is to create that separation between the circle and the rectangle. And to do this, what I did in the template that I created for Premiere Pro is I duplicated the shape layer and I used a track matte and put the rectangle inside that circle. But the circle I'm going to make a little bit larger. So to get started, I'm going to click on my shape layer. I'm going to hit Command D to duplicate it. And for simplicity, I'm going to rename this matte. So I'm going to hit Return on my keyboard and rename this matte. I'm going to also rename my other layers here. So I'm going to rename the circle background. And with the rectangle, I'm going to name that box background. But with the matte layer selected, what I'm going to do is click S on my keyboard to bring up scale. I'm going to click and drag this up a little bit. Now you'll also notice that my anchor point is not centered to my shape layer. So I'm going to undo that. I'm going to hit Command Z. If it's not centered, what you can do is always hover over the pan behind tool, hold down Command and double click, and that'll center your anchor point to the center of your shape layer or any layer in your project. But now what we're going to do is click on our shape and scale up our shape here. So make it a little bit larger, and then select your box background. And then under the track matte column, click and drag this pick whip to the matte. Now, if you don't see the track matte column, you can toggle on your switches at the very bottom left here, and this will enable one of the options. So the second option here, the second button to the right, will enable the track matte options here. You can always toggle switches and modes by clicking on this button down at the bottom, but click it until you see track mattes and click and drag the pick whip to the matte. Now it put this rectangle essentially inside the circle, but what we want to do is invert it. So what we're going to do is click this invert button to the right here. And now you can see that it's basically putting this rectangle where the circle is not, if that makes sense. So outside of the circle. And that's how we can get that separation in space between the rectangle and the circle. Now I'm going to do some stuff here where I'm going to parent pick whip the matte to the circle, because when we animate the circle, we want the matte to follow it along with the box as well. So what I'm going to do is select the matte, and underneath parent and link, I'm going to click and drag the parent and link pick whip to the circle background. And then same with the box background, I'm going to click and drag the parent and link to the circle background. That way, when we click on the circle background and we click S, when we scale it up and down, everything follows each other and nothing gets out of whack. I'm going to undo that for now. If you want, you can scale this down and kind of put it into better position by just clicking and dragging on the circle layer and also just adjusting the size of it. So get it into good position here. The next step before we start animating it is to add our social media icon of choice and also our text. So first, let's add in our text. So I'm going to grab my type tool at the top, click out inside the composition window. I'm going to add in my social media handle, which is John the Video Guy. But you can add in your own social media handle. I'm going to grab my selection tool and just click and drag this down to the rectangle box. Next, you can import a social media icon of choice. You can probably Google it, whatever social media icon that you want to add into this box here, you can import it. All right, so I have this circle logo of the YouTube icon here in my Finder. So I'm just going to click and drag this into my project panel here. And then what we can do is just click and drag this to our project and then just align this accordingly to our shape. You can click and drag the edge while holding down Shift to kind of size it down and just get it aligned with our circle. And once you have it in place, what you can do is once again choose to put this layer inside the circle. So we're going to click and drag the track matte pick whip to the circle background. And this will just place that inside and you should be good to go. Now what's nice with my Mogurt template is that I've added a bunch of different social media profiles. So if you not only want one for like YouTube, if you want one for Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, in my template on my Patreon page, I made a bunch of them for the different social media platforms. So if you're interested, be sure to check it out, link down in the video description. But for now, we can start animating this. So to get started, we can first animate the circle. So I'm going to take my playhead and go out to 1 second, and then I'm going to click on my circle background layer, click S so that you bring up scale, click on the stopwatch, and then go to the beginning of the timeline and then change this value down to 0. Then you can add some easy ease to this last keyframe so it eases into a stop. So you can right click, go to keyframe assistant, easy ease in, and then you can go to the graph editor. And I like clicking and dragging on this handlebar while holding down Shift to make the animation more smooth. So when we click and play this back, you can see that we've scaled this in. Now, one thing I forgot that we have to do is parent pick whip the text and the social media icon to the layers there. So if we go back to our graph editor, what we can do is click on the social media icon and then click and drag the parent and link pick whip tool to the circle background, and then click and drag the parent and link pick whip tool from the text layer to the box background. That way, when you move the box, the text moves with the box, and that way when you move the circle, the social media icon follows it. So now when we click and play this back, you can see that everything follows each other. Now that we have that animation, the next step is to animate the text and the background on. And you'll notice from the previous animation, it kind of reveals itself. So the social media icon pops in and then that bar comes out and then it animates off. So what we have to do is animate that separately from the circle background. So to animate it, you can click on the box background and click P to bring up position. And I have the X and Y position separate. If they're not separated already, you can always right click on your position parameter and click on separate dimensions. We want to make sure they're separate because we just want to animate the X position and not the Y position. And we want the ability to add ease to the X position. And it's trickier when you have both the X and Y together. So what we can do now is we can go back to the beginning or the end of this keyframe here. So I'm going to click on this back arrow to go to this keyframe. Then we can click on the X position of the box background and toggle on the animation. Then we can go forward in time, maybe out to 2 seconds or so, and then add a keyframe by clicking on this button here. Then we can go back. So if we go back to our first keyframe, we can then click and drag the X value all the way to the left. Just make sure that's on the left side of the social media icon. You'll notice that you see it outside of that layer, but we'll solve that in a quick minute here. But now what we can do is ease in this animation by right-clicking on this keyframe, go to Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease In. And then once again, we can go to our graph editor and then just click and drag out this handlebar So we have something that looks like that. One other styling option I did want to talk about is that you can add rounded corners to this rectangle box. So to do that, you can go out of the graph editor, click on the box background layer, twirl down so that you see under the contents folder under rectangle 1, you can click on rectangle path and go to roundness. And then you can add the roundness here. I think I added 80 to my original, but you can add as much roundness as you want if you want the roundness to your rectangle. All right, so now to fix this animation where you don't see the text in the rectangle on the left side of the social media icon, what we have to do is expand the shape of our mat. So if we go back to our mat here, you can see that we only have that circle, but we need to add another shape to the left side to cover that. So if we go back, I'm gonna go back to 1 second here and zoom out so we can see where the text lands here, or where we have to cover. So I'm going to zoom in over here, and I'm going to grab my pen tool by clicking G on my keyboard, and then I'm going to click on my mat, and what we can do is add a second shape essentially. So I'm just going to click and make points here to make a giant shape here, and I'm adding this to my mat layer. And when we close it off, you can see that we've added this giant shape to the left side of the social media icon, and it covers the rectangle. Now, one thing you'll notice here is that we toggle on the transparency grid, the text isn't being hidden. That's because we need to do the same thing that we did to the box with the text. So to do that, you can click on the pick whip tool under track mat for the text, and then click and drag this to the mat. And once again, invert it so it's being placed where the shape isn't, or where the mat isn't. So that should solve that. So when we click play, you can see that animates on and it pops out. All right, so to animate it off, you can easily just go to the end, go back to your keyframes here. I'm gonna click U on my keyboard to bring up all my keyframes, and we can start animating this off. So we can make a keyframe under the X position for the box background, go out to 9 seconds, and once again, click and drag this to the left to animate it off. We can once again add easy ease to this keyframe. We can click on this keyframe, go to the graph editor, and then click on ease out. There's also an ease out button here at the bottom right of the graph editor. This is another way if you don't want to right click and go through the menus. You can see we eased out, and then we can click on the circle here, do the same thing. We can go to 9 seconds here, make a keyframe, go to the 10-second mark, and then change the value down to 0. Go to the graph editor, click on the keyframe here, the little yellow button, and then click on easy ease out, and then click and drag the handlebar to add some ease. So that's how you can create that pretty cool social media handle lower third inside Adobe After Effects. Now, if you want to learn more about After Effects, there's several tutorials on my channel. I will leave one that you might like linked right up there. Feel free to go check that out. But that does it for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.